I'm going to mute my line.
That's cute. Hey everyone, it's Julia Treat here from juliatreat.com. Welcome to Stepping into the Light. I am starting this new amazing segment called Miracle Monday. We are going to be talking about our miracles today, the things that we've experienced, and also taking questions from any of you that may have questions. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, or you're hearing this on my podcast, please feel free to send me any additional questions or comments, any concerns to juliatreat444@gmail.com. Those of you that listen to me, you probably have that memorized, but always reach out if you have any more questions. We hope to cover a lot of information today and share some amazing stories. So I'm pleased to introduce you to my new friends, Natasha, Juliet, and Dr. David Silverman. Welcome aboard, all of you.
Hi, Julia. Thank you.
Hi, Julia.
Yes, I'm. I was introduced to this company that we're going to talk about, this product, and I was amazed at how quickly it was changing things within me. My body just blew me away, and so I started binge watching testimonials of other people who have experienced this product, and I was just blown away. All the miracles that I was listening to, the things that were happening for these people, that I couldn't wait to share it with the world. So, Natasha, you have been with, using Redox for a while, I assume. I watched your testimonial, but I'd like you to share. Angelica's in the house. Hello, Angelica. Beautiful soul, Angelica. Could you share your experience, kind of what you went through, what you were going through, and then when you started using this Redox product? And we will get into more details about that. Dr. Silverman's going to kind of fill us in on what that means. But yeah, please share your story, Natasha.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. This is fun. So my story, my journey with my health challenges began almost 30 years ago. And it began seemingly like nothing major, nothing to talk about. I had some really debilitating headaches. And the kind where you gotta hide in a room and away from two-legged humans and just shut down. And thought, okay, I'm in college. What's the big deal? Lots of people get stressed out. Nothing major, right? Well, little did I know that was just the beginning of what turned into a 30-year horror story with my health. Year after year, something else just started breaking down in my body. And I would randomly just wake up with either my hands swollen, stiff to the point where I couldn't bend my fingers beyond that point, couldn't make a fist. Or it would be my ankles or my feet were swollen and stiff and like severe discomfort in my body. And every year, something else. Severe dry eyes to the point where my friends would joke sometimes and say I look like, I was hitting the good stuff because they would be so red. No good stuff, just really bad discomfort, right? And, my hair would start breaking out. I randomly would get ulcers in my mouth. And I'm like, what in the world is going on, right? Doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist. No one could really give me an answer as to what was going on. But one theme throughout was that my body's immune system was attacking itself. Like I was attacking me. No rhyme or reason. They couldn't tell me why. And year after year, something else would just go wrong. And another thing would go wrong until it, finally got to a point where I could barely get around. Just getting out of bed, my son would have to help me get out of bed. Wow. I know. He's my angel. I love him. He's my heart. Getting up off the couch. I couldn't just stand up like a normal person. My son would have to help me off the couch. Walking to the bathroom, just shuffling along. Like I felt like I was, 100-year-old woman trapped in this body. And it just was not the life that I envisioned for myself, and certainly not the one I envisioned for my son, because I did not see my child becoming my caretaker. And that's what he had become. Right. And so I would try everything, you name it. Someone say, oh, this can help. I tried it. And just trying to hold on to whatever little bit of hope I still had left. Right. And fast forward to last year, a really awesome, sweet friend of mine from church. I hope you get to meet her. You've probably seen her testimonial. She introduced me to this by asking me to come on a call and just hear her tell her story of how it's helped her, just to support her. And of course, she's my friend. I love her. So I joined the call to support her, started listening to, the information that was being shared. And I didn't need any more convincing after that. I said, listen, two things I heard: it's safe for your, the body, and money back guarantee. I was like, so I got nothing to lose and pretty much everything to gain. And when I tell you, Julia, boy, did I gain.
Mhm.
That was July last year, right? And October last year, I went on the most epic vacation of a lifetime by myself.
Wow.
No one helping me. Drove down to Miami, flew out of Miami to Dubai by myself. And I was in Dubai for a full 7 days. You name it, I did it. Riding camels, sand duning, and the SUVs, the ones they retrofit with the roll bar and stuff, and hanging on for dear life, screaming my head off, eating dinner suspended from a crane in the air. I had the most amazing vacation, and not once did I have to retreat to my hotel room to recover. And it's thanks to Redox. I got my life back because I got my health back. And I am now fully independent. My son doesn't have to do grocery shopping anymore and go pick up medications because guess what? Not taking any anymore. So it has been just an incredible experience with Redox. And that's why I, decided, like, everyone, I don't care who you are, the person in the grocery store that I don't know, everyone deserves to hear this. And I'm going to do my part to just spread the information and share about this incredible breakthrough.
Yes, thank you for that. I mean, I can see you glowing and beaming, just telling the story. And I understand the coming out of the prison
Yes.
of not being healthy. I had Lyme disease years. I had it for 8 years. I have been free for 6, and I think I wouldn't have it for 8 years if I would have had this stuff then.
Right.
But when I was introduced to the products and just went to the first meeting, and then I started using it, and within 3 days, this is what blew me away. Within 3 days, my knee, who I'd gone to the chiropractor for weekly for the past year to put back in, not dislocated, but out enough where it would have fluid on it. 3 days, I was taking 8 ounces a day. I went and saw her, and the knee is fine. And my chiropractor's even blown away, the changes in my body. And so I was like, seriously, I've been praying for a miracle. I really have been praying for a miracle for humanity. I mean, aren't we all? Like, let's pray for this miracle for humanity's healing. And I don't know, this is golden. I want to talk to Dr. Silverman if you want to talk about what this stuff is and why is it helping us so much and so quickly.
Well, sure, absolutely. Julia, can you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize. I'm on the 9th hole of a golf course here in Delray Beach, Florida, and they've got the mowing things going here. So I hope it doesn't interfere with this. But and after we do this, I'll be out there playing on the freshly mowed golf course. And my background is podiatry and foot surgery. I'm from the Maryland area, DC area. I've sold my practice. I was board certified in foot surgery, foot orthopedics, primary podiatric medicine. I own my own practice. I love what I did, but I felt like I was meant to do more. If that makes sense. And 11 years ago, I was introduced to this technology. A friend brought it to me, just like Natasha's friend brought it to her, and your friend brought it to you, and Juliet was brought by her friend. And I was skeptical, but my dad was ill, and my friend didn't know that. I mean, we just bring it to people because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know who doesn't sleep well. You don't know who's got a dad who's sick, like my dad was very ill. You just don't know what's going on. So we just bring it to everybody. Let alone the anti-aging benefits. I mean, it just makes you look younger. Most people don't think I look 61, but more importantly, I feel like I'm in my 20s, and we all want to live younger, longer. That's what we want. People who are ill want to be well, but we all want to live younger, longer, and we'd rather not be ill. But what this is called redox signaling molecules, and it's very unique. to call it a product, there's a drink version and a topical gel version. To call it a product doesn't really convey what this is. That's like saying when penicillin was discovered, oh, it's a great product. It's a breakthrough. I mean, penicillin was a breakthrough, and who would have believed something that's bread mold could save tens of millions of lives over time? It's a breakthrough. Breakthroughs always sound too good to be true to people, and it sounded too good to be true to me too. But when I researched it, I saw that it's redox signaling molecules. It's made from saline, and it's identical to what's in us. Our cells make this. We don't make bread mold. We don't make Prozac. We don't make anti-inflammatories, but our cells make redox signaling molecules. So it doesn't fit a category. It's not a pharmaceutical. So it was a little strange for me as a doctor to investigate this because it just was something completely foreign to me. But this is the crux of it. Our cells make it in our mitochondria, in our cells, but we make more when we're younger. And at about puberty, our cells start producing less and less and less. And you see what happens to people. Most children are healthy. There are children that have issues. A lot of times they have problem with their mitochondria. But you see what happens to people after the age of puberty. We start deteriorating. People say, well, that's not true. A 20-year-old is not deteriorating compared to a 10-year-old, and puberty is in between. But a 20-year-old actually is already deteriorating. You may not see the visible signs of it. They might have symptoms of it, but the process has started. And the way I tell people to prove this to people, I'm like, yeah, you're right. A 10-year-old falls off her bicycle, bangs her head, gets a concussion, breaks her arm, breaks bones. And then they heal, right? 10-year-old. 20-year-old, they'll heal too, but they won't heal as quickly. They don't heal as quickly as they did when they were 10. Same injury she has at 50, she might have, ringing in her ears the rest of her life, physical therapy for 2 years, walk with a limp. You don't heal as quickly as you're older. If it happens when she's 80, the same accident, say falling off her bicycle, there's a real good chance that she's going to die, unfortunately, like then or shortly afterwards due to complications. And it corresponds to us producing less of what this is, redox molecules. So when we're young, we produce a lot, less in our 20s, less in our 30s, less in our 40s, 50s. I'm 61 years old. My cells are producing this much, but I would be functioning like a 61-year-old. Well, I don't take any medications. I don't even take ibuprofen anymore when I golf. I used to golf once a week and take ibuprofen for 3 or 4 days when I was in my 30s. Now I'm 61 and I play every day. I used to play once a week. I don't take ibuprofen. I drink this. It raises my levels back up to what they were. And basically, long story short, here's a book that explains redox signaling molecules, and your website is up there. And there's a couple categories there. It says science and product. You can look through it. And I shot a video called whyitspossible.com. Whyitspossible.com. And bottom line is this is a cellular health technology. Our body is made up of cells. Every bit of us, we're made up of cells, except for maybe the enamel on our teeth. We live and die at the cellular level. If our cells are healthy, we're healthy. If our pancreas cells are healthy, we don't have diabetes. If our retina cells are healthy, we don't have blindness. If our lung cells are healthy, we don't have cystic fibrosis or asthma. But if these are cells, if they're healthy, we're healthy. If there's a lot of unhealthy ones, then we have a disease. So if I'm thirsty all the time and I'm urinating and I go to the doctor and they say, oh, Dr. Silverman, your blood glucose is 500. You need metformin. You need insulin. They're addressing, they're trying to counteract the bad cells in my pancreas that aren't functioning properly. Where if I had healthy cells in my pancreas, I wouldn't need the medication because I wouldn't have a blood sugar problem. Well, younger people don't have a lot of health issues. They don't have arthritis, a lot of it. They don't have a lot of diabetes. They don't have glaucoma. They don't have all these health issues that come with age, right? And what's happening is we have more and more cells that are remaining bad cells. They're not being replaced with good ones. And a full explanation, 10 minutes at whyitspossible.com. But what this product does is it makes it so our cells can communicate. Simplest explanation. It amplifies signaling in the body. It doesn't cure you. It doesn't heal you. The more you have, the more clearly our immune system can hear when I've fallen off my bicycle and I have damaged cells, or I have a cell that's becoming something horrible. It's not a normal cell anymore. It's mutated. Redox molecules simply amplify the signal. Children have a lot. So the signal is very loud and clear. So the immune system can do what it's supposed to do because it's getting the signal. As the signal goes down, it gets less in the 20s, 30s, 40s. Now the signal, the immune system's not getting the signal that there's a problem here. And this cell in the pancreas remains. This cell in the joint remains. This cell in the retina remains. This cell in the prostate remains. And then you have issues. So the simplest explanation, and it goes much deeper than this, is that it amplifies signaling in the body with no risk. Natasha said, hey, it's safe for my body and it's a money back guarantee. Mm-hmm. What I loved about this when I looked at it for my dad was I didn't care about the cost of it, but when I would write prescriptions in my practice, there were three things I had to worry about or at least be cognizant of, very cognizant, very important because I could kill somebody if I wasn't. Three things about a prescription that don't apply to this because this is not a pharmaceutical. The three things are this. I'd have to ask the patient, are you allergic to any medications? Well, you can't be allergic to this because it's in everybody, right? Secondly, I'd say, what medications are you taking? Because when I write this prescription, I have to go look to see in the book, are there reactions between interactions? This doesn't interact with anything. It's already in you. So it doesn't interact with anything. And third, I had to know the dosage for the medication. Because if I accidentally wrote it for twice as much, they'd probably get sick because their liver couldn't metabolize it. You take an amount, your liver generally metabolizes to get rid of it, right? Well, if I wrote twice the amount, the liver wouldn't be able to keep up with it and you'd have side effects because toxicity would build up. And if I wrote it for 10 times the amount by accident, then it's so high, the liver can't keep up, toxicity builds up. I could kill the person. Every medicine can kill you if you take too much of it. This is not a pharmaceutical. It's not metabolized by the liver. I'm 61 years old. My cells are making this much. They used to make this much. When I drink this and I raise my levels up to what they were, the signal is amplified in the body. My body functions the way it did when it was younger. If I accidentally, and most people drink 4 to 8 ounces a day, 4 to 8 ounces a day. I've had some things even last year, my 60th birthday, a year and a half ago, I had this thing that's been going around the world quite a bit. I drank a whole bottle every day for a couple of weeks. When I'm going to Las Vegas and Los Angeles next week, I'll drink a bottle a day for a few days before I go, just because I know I'm going to be exposed to people coughing on the plane and flu and everything else. I can't hurt myself. I can't drink too much of this because if I drink too much, my body, let's say this is where I should be saturated. If I say, oops, I drank a whole extra bottle, my body turns that excess back into saline. And that's what our cells are filled with. So it's just incredibly, incredibly safe. And people get on the product, they baseline everything in their health before they start, their energy, their sleep, their mood, if they're ringing in the ear, if they have things floating in their eyes, if they wheeze when they walk up steps, what's their weight? If they have blood sugar problems, what's their blood sugar in the morning? They don't have to believe. How do they sleep? That's a big one. They don't have to believe. They just realize, hey, it's as safe as water. It comes with a money back guarantee. I'm just going to try it. And, you have to have proper expectations. About 15% of people are stunned by day 7, 60% are by day 30, and 90 are by day 90. But the last thing I'll say is this. Anybody who wants to know that this is real, and it's not just salt water, it was salt water. It's not salt water anymore. It was saline, but it's in a different form. It's different molecules than sodium chloride and H2O, but it's made from saline. That's what our cells make it from. Mm-hmm. If they want to know what's real, there's a real quick way to do that. And Natasha knows what I'm going to say, and Juliet knows what I'm going to say, and you know what I'm going to say because you've done it. You take the gel version of it that's marketed to rejuvenate skin cells. Okay. Yeah, there you go. And what you do is you find 5 or 10 people, say it's 10 people that have something that hurts them. Now, their finger, their neck, their back, their knee, their shoulder. You find 10 people that are hurting and ask them for just 10 minutes. Not one day, not a week, not 90 days. You should give the drink 90 days. This 10 minutes. And anybody who's hurting, that you say, hey, try this in 10 minutes and see how you feel. This stuff is clear. There's no smell. It's marketed for wrinkles, right? And what they do is they rate their discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being agony, 1 stiff, I sat at the computer, or they can't close their hand, it hurts. What's the number of discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10 and how far can they go? They do that, and then you're going to ask them again 10 minutes later. So you look at your watch, and what they do in that 10 minutes, in the first 5 minutes, they shake up the gel and they apply it to the area that hurts. So if it's their hand, they put it on their hand, but they put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. So they put it on 3 times in the first 5 minutes. And at 10 minutes, ask them how they feel. And I don't know how many people you'd have to hear say, wow, that's amazing, for you to say this is significant. But it won't be 1 or 2, and it won't be 3 or 4, it won't be 5 or 6, and it won't be 7 or 8. Just listen real carefully what 9 of those people tell you, maybe 10, 9 or 10 of them in 10 minutes. And it'll come. Anybody that says online it's salt water that has done that on 10 people, they're lying. They're lying. They're trying to sell something else. Anybody that says it's salt water that hasn't done that on 10 people, they either know it works and they're lying, or they just they don't know that it works yet because they haven't done that little experiment. And then if people say it's salt water, go put salt water on 10 people that are hurting. Do the exact same thing and rub some salt and water on them and see what percentage of those 10 people say, wow, that's amazing. So in a long-winded answer, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up about the 3 times in 5 minutes, putting it on a place of discomfort, because when I ordered my products and I came to a meeting and listened to Danielle talk about everything and how to use it, and she said, put this on 3 times in 5 minutes. And at that time, my knee, I just got the product that day, and my knee was swollen. And so I said, so I actually started it while she was talking on the live stream with us. I put it on there 3 times and 0, nothing. It was fine. Like again, in 3 days, I just couldn't believe that my knee was fine after over a year of issues every week. And, I'm blown away with how quick. I mean, it just goes to show you, when we give our body the support it needs, that it knows what to do. This is supporting my body in a way that you explained it. And it knows what to do, and it's taking care of business.
Yeah.
It has what it needs.
Well, younger people's bodies function better. They rebound better from injuries. The body is doing things to keep bad things from coming to the surface. And, except for trauma, anytime somebody goes to the doctor and they're starting to have pain in their chest, or they're starting to have blood in their stool, that problem didn't just start then. It's just it finally got to so bad that it became symptomatic. And, there's 6 reasons why people generally take the time to look into this seriously. Some people are very ill and they just want to see if it can help them, or they love somebody who's very ill or has a problem, or they want to look younger because it has anti-aging benefits for the skin. I mean, everybody that I know I've been doing this for 10 years, started as a customer for a year, but I've been on the product for about 11 years. I mean, I don't really look much older than I did when I was 50. And a lot of people actually will look younger 10 years later with this product. And that's the vanity benefit. And who doesn't want to look younger? Most people want to live younger. They want to live younger longer is what they want. Some people look at it for athletic performance. We have Olympic gold medalists on this product. There's no banned substances in it. There's a website, ASEAathletes.co, ASEA athletes.co. And these reasons, I shot a video called 6minutes6reasons.com. It's a 6-minute video, 6 minutes, 6reasons.com. Some people want to protect their health. Younger people, generally their body is functioning at a higher level, so things are not really showing up. And as we get older, we're producing less and less and less of this. Things start showing themselves. And the 6th reason people look at it is the opportunity. They want a better life. I mean, a lot of people, their health is affected by stress, and there's no doubt stress affects health. And different causes of stress, reasons for stress could be relationship, right? It could be health. It could be money. It could be that 90% of people struggle or settle through life. That literally they struggle or settle through life with money. let alone time freedom and life satisfaction and those types of things. So people come to look at this for different reasons, but I'd say the biggest reason people look at it is they have an issue. They love someone with an issue. That was my dad. That's why I looked at it. Oh, they want to look younger. The other ones, the athletic performance, protecting your health, and the opportunity, those are generally like the nice side benefits that people see once they're on the product.
Yeah. Amazing. I don't know. Everybody's probably heard, people call certain things like, oh, ascension symptoms. I kind of heard that and said that a couple of times to myself. And honestly, now that I'm using this, I now say my body was screaming for help. I don't even know. I'm not buying the ascension symptoms anymore because I know how good I feel. And we actually don't have to feel like that. And so you heard it here, folks. I've talked about ascension symptoms, and I don't have those anymore. I really feel it was my body saying, please help me. And our body is always talking to us. And, it's up to us to listen, but also to try something different. This is changing my life. And even my partner, Michael, everybody on my podcast is familiar with Michael. I talk about him all the time. He just doesn't know it. He's, doesn't get into this type of thing. And he actually just joined the company.
That's funny.
He loves it. I mean, I was like, wow, this guy that he supports me and everything. But he's like, I believe in this so much that I'm on board with this.
Well, you know what, you're doing what I did. I'm going to just tell you this. This company is a biotech company that decided to market the product through word of mouth. It's not a company that said, hey, let's start a network marketing company and find a product to market. Here's the compensation plan, all that. There's a reason why this is marketed this way. I put a real simple website together. It doesn't have contact information on it. It's called gettingyoungerclub.com, gettingyoungerclub.com. When you go there, there's a video. It said, why didn't they sell it to the pharmaceutical company? Because the pharmaceutical company wanted to buy it, and the original founders were going to flip it to them and sell it. And then when you watch that 16-minute movie, which is it's called The Genesis of ASEA, it explains that, why they decided to say no to the pharmaceutical company. Thank God they didn't sell it to them. I mean, I'm not a medicine basher, but I truly believe that 90% of people that take medicines, there are natural answers out there, but their doctor isn't educated on it, so they can't offer it as a solution. They just write the prescription. I mean, I was part of that whole brainwashing deal when I was practicing. But thank God they said no to the pharmaceutical buyout, because they would have buried it. And so you're doing what I did. When I saw my dad, the changes in him, and he had a pretty grave issue, one that no one wants to hear they have in any part of their body. I had him on other natural things. He did some traditional things. So I couldn't say that it was this. I couldn't attribute his success to this. And he's fine today. That was 11 years ago. He lives 5 minutes from me here. But I saw, but it's interesting, his joint problems. He would say, wow, I don't have joint problems anymore. Well, no one goes through the type of treatment that he went through for his prostate issue and says, oh, I feel better. I mean, anyway, but I did refer people to my friend Debbie, who brought it to me, and they kept coming back saying, thank you for all kinds of problems. And I was resistant to look at the opportunity. I'm fine making money. I'm fine making a lot of money if I know it's doing good for people. It's got to be doing good, and it can't be a placebo. And I said, maybe it's a placebo. Maybe it's a placebo. It's kind of hard to believe it, We didn't have the gel back then in 2011. We just had the drink. So you couldn't just put this on 10 people and say, oh my God, this is real. It took a little time. But then a friend of mine got on it, a doctor, and his joint problems, he said, I don't have them anymore. It's a placebo. A week later, he called me and he said some skin lesions had fallen off of his body that had been there for 30 years. And I said, that's not a placebo. That's not a placebo. And then so then I got on the product, and I got about 10 other people on it, and I monitored them for a month, and I was blown away, just like you are. So then I went out to meet the founders of the company to see if this is a different type of network marketing company. And it really is. It's a biotech company that's marketing it this way with a breakthrough that's patented, IP, it's not reverse engineerable, and they protected it from the pharmaceutical company. And it's a remarkable thing. But you are doing, and Michael too, a lot of people say, I did network marketing. I don't want to do that again. Good people, when they see what this does, they naturally tell people. I was sending people to Debbie before I got involved, And then I saw her lifestyle change. She was bankrupt. Her house was being foreclosed on. And her lifestyle completely changed, but she never talked about the money. She never talked about, hey, let's make a lot of money. All she said was, you do what's right for you. If you find the product has value, just refer people to me. I thank you for that. And I did. And then I said, I'm getting in the game. And now I'm on the medical professional board of the company. It's a volunteer position. I'm currently Business Builder of the Year globally in all 33 countries, which conventions next week. So I'll lose that title. But that's a reflection of my team, really. Like Juliet and Natasha, they're just sharing this with people from their hearts. So I'm glad you asked me on here. And if you need me to come back on at some point, if it works out, I'd love to come back on.
Oh, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for coming on and sharing your expertise in this. And, I did watch that the ASEA Genesis video with the founders, and it'll bring tears of joy to your eyes. You just realize how committed they were to helping humanity, because they do tell that story. And I wanted to see if anyone, if you have any questions for Dr. Silverman, if you still have a couple minutes, shoot questions. If you have any questions, we'll give them a minute, and then Juliet will move to you in a bit so you can share your story. Because I haven't watched your testimonial, so I want to hear your story for sure, because I know it's a wonderful one. If we don't see any questions, then I'll touch base with you and pop questions to you here and there as they come in. But yeah, you guys, anything at all? I think someone asked me, her husband had gone through a very traumatic event, and is kind of like gotten some things going on here. So the link's juliatreat.teamasea.com. All right, juliatreat.teamasea.com. In case you're listening and you can't see it, I'll put it here in the comments as well. Give me one moment.
One thing is that this crosses the blood-brain barrier. So we see some interesting things happen. So when people start on this product, they don't just rate, their physical things, also mental, mood, concentration, everything. And it's produced in an FDA registered production facility. That's why you never buy it from third parties. And some of it's expired and some of it hasn't been handled properly. And some of it's counterfeit. In Europe, actually, they found counterfeit product already. And it comes with a money back guarantee, and they don't have to believe it. They just need to just baseline everything, and they sell themselves. It's not like you have to convince people of this. It's just, it works or it doesn't. You buy a light bulb, you come home from the store, you turn it on. If it doesn't turn on, you check your switch, you check your breaker. It's like, okay, well, this light bulb doesn't work. I want my money back. And it's the same thing here. If it doesn't work, you get your money back. It's very, very simple.
Yeah.
And that gettingyoungerclub.com, that's the site I put together with information, gettingyoungerclub.com. There's a link there that says, what about my issue? Because, maybe you have something totally different. Maybe you have a child on the spectrum or something. It's something has anybody seen anything with this? If you go to that, what about my issue? And the password is the word Redox. It's password protected when you go there. REDOX, all lowercase, REDOX. And just watch the 7-minute tutorial overview, and you'll know exactly how to use that site. It is very powerful. In fact, Natasha is on there. Actually, what number is your story, Natasha?
Oops, sorry, I was muted. Mine is number 107.
107. Yeah.
I watched it yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, and the friend who introduced it to you, Charday, had a genetic skin issue. What number is her issue? 90?
91.
91. Mm-hmm. And it's a gift. I mean, Natasha Charday shared the gift with you, yes, and you passed it on and shared it with other people. Yes. And I hope the chain never breaks. The sad thing is you talk to people who are negative, or they believe everything they read on Google. Yeah. It's like, Google's a search engine. It's not a research engine. And funny thing is, anybody that says, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, I'll go put the gel on 10 people that are in pain, and you tell me what you see. They're like, well, why are all these people saying this online? And I said, don't you know that Google is the public men's bathroom wall of our time? People can write whatever they want on the wall, right?
That's so true.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about, I got it from my parents, they're trying it. My dad has a lot going on, and my mom too, but, I just spoke with them yesterday, and they're like, oh, I don't know if we're noticing anything. I said, well, how much are you taking? They're doing 2 ounces. I go, you got a lot going on. You might need to up it a little bit just to I said, you need to, that's what I'm doing anyway. I said, I just want to get it in my system, this 8 ounces a day. And that's what I'm doing currently. And I think for me, that's why I saw such rapid results, is it just happened so quickly for me. And, you know, it's interesting how even the last time I was at the chiropractor, not only is the knee fine now, no issues whatsoever. I'm back to doing my 90-minute hot yoga practice, which I had really difficulty with. But now my back is holding. Like I'm not needing that adjusting like I was. I said to her the other day, I said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to need you. And she goes, that's wonderful. Like, I hope that's what happens for you. And now she's like, I'm going to have to look into getting this. So it's amazing. And again, it's with the money back guarantee. What do you have to lose other than your issues?
Right.
So Dr. Silverman, are you going to hang around? Do you need to hop off? I want to go to Juliet and get her story in here.
I gotta jump off now, if that's okay.
Yes, and thank you so much. I can't wait to have you on again in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet. And bye, Juliet. Bye, Natasha. And everybody.
Bye, see you next week.
See you in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Maybe I'll do the virtual. I couldn't make it this time, but I'll
Go
watch
to the virtual. Yeah. There's a virtual one. You can watch the whole thing. They're releasing a few new products, but I just want to leave you with this, everybody. Take this very seriously.
Yep.
You may or may not have an issue, but one day you may. And right now you may love somebody that does. And I didn't look at this for me. I looked at it from my dad. And it's much more than you can possibly fathom. Breakthroughs always are. They sound too good to be true. But you're being shared with a gift. And once you know that what a gift it is, I hope that you pay it forward to the people you know. Okay, so thank you all.
All right, thanks, Dr. Ladies, all right. Well, our heads just got real big.
Hi, ladies.
Yeah, I'll leave the link up there. And again, there's more things on the website, and all those links that he talked about, you can just go learn all the goodness of this stuff. I love it. I'm in love with it. Juliet, I want you to share your story now, if you will. And guys, if you just hopped on now, go to the beginning after this and then listen to Natasha's story and even some more things that I talk about. But Juliet, let's hear your story.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here, and I just love sharing this, and I love that you're doing this podcast and sharing it with so many more people. And hi to my daughter if she's there. She was going to pop in from Italy.
Oh, hello.
So I'm a 3 times in 5 minutes lady. So 3 years ago, I've been using this for 3 years, and the Redox liquid. And prior to this, I had a severe back injury, and I had been in a car accident when I was 5, another at 16, and I just had this weakness in my body. I always had discomfort in my neck. I had bulging discs in my lumbar. So I really had got to a stage where I was having trouble walking, standing, laying down, moving, anything. I have a 2-story home. I had to sleep on my day bed in my lounge for a year because I could not walk up the stairs. When I walked, I felt like I was walking on sponges. I have a home business. I'm a health coach. I'm a Pilates instructor. And I thought I knew, a lot that was available, but apparently not. So as I said, I got to the stage where I was getting very depressed. I had to stop work. My kids were looking after me. I dreaded going to sleep at night because I knew I would wake up in the night in agony. I would have to physically lift my leg, move myself. The kids were helping me get out of bed in the morning. And then one day I just, as I said, I was starting to get really depressed and really starting to give up because I was trying everything. I was massage, physical therapy, acupuncture, you name it. I probably tried it. And then one day I collapsed at home and I felt so defeated. I didn't want to go on, and I'm trying not to get emotional. This 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But I still get emotional when I share my story. And then I just, I prayed. I said, I need help. And I'm not kidding. Within 10 minutes, I walked into my office and I was about to do a little bit of work, and I picked up some business cards, and there was a card there that read Danielle Matthews, who introduced me to the product. And I had met her probably 4 years before, maybe. I was managing a yoga and wellness center, and she wandered in one day, and so I knew that she had been using something. She had sustained a brain injury in a car accident, and I thought, wonder if she can help me. So I phoned her and told her what was going on in my body, and I said, can you help me? And she said, of course I can. And I think it was probably a week later, Dr. Silverman was in town giving an in-person presentation, and they had everyone line up. So I went along, I sat right in the front, determined, because, something to help me. And so he did that little experiment with the 3 times in 5 minutes, put it on my back, and I'm not kidding, I'm going to show you. So the range of movement was this, and that was agonizing for me. So when people ask, where was your pain on a scale of 1 to 10, I say it was 15.
Yeah.
It was off the charts. So anyway, I put the gel on that night, and I could not believe that I thought the level came down to probably a 6. And I thought, I'm going to try this. So I bought the gel version, which is this. And then I started using the liquid as well, and just had phenomenal results. I was also dealing with fatigue. I've had chronic fatigue twice in my life, and just like similar to Natasha, just comfort everywhere. I knew there was something wrong with me, and they were telling me there was nothing wrong with me. So there were other issues. I also had those debilitating headaches from a very, very young age, and they would last for 7 days. So moving forward, I now have zero discomfort in my body.
Yep.
I'm sleeping really well. I have so much energy. I work out at the gym nearly every single day. I did this massive shoulder workout yesterday in the gym. My daughter took me. There's nothing there. It's just, I can move freely. So it's just phenomenal. So similar to Natasha, now we're sharing this with others. It just starts with sharing with family and friends, and they share with people, and they share with people. Yeah. We do it through Zoom, or we're now just starting to do it in person again. And this saved my life. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it when you say that. I can feel it from you, and I know I was not in any shape like you were, but I'm just, for what I've experienced already in a short period of time. And when you're talking, you know what? It's almost like you forget you had something. Like you forget because you don't have it anymore. Because I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm remembering. Well, I was just in a car accident 3 years ago, and I had my head back taking a drink. I was at a stop sign, and I had my head already back and flexed, and I got hit, which made it snap even more. Then I hit the car in front of me, went forward, and then I get hit again from the back, and so it went back 3 times. Oh my gosh! Every week. So this, in fact, the first year after my accident, everyone who listens to my podcast, they know about the accident. I couldn't even work for months because I had splitting, it's like, And going now to the chiropractor in 2 weeks' time of using this. Because I'm doing this. Oh, where is it? I'm doing the drink and the topical.
Yeah.
And again, within 1 week, I just went last Friday. Yeah, today's Monday. My neck. So every week, it'd been 2 weeks since I'd been to her. We skipped a week. I would go weekly, and this was all jacked up over, like just awful and out. And she'd be like, you're bulging. You could feel it. And I had lack of flexibility. And in a short amount of time, again, she knows that I'm probably going to not be needing her much longer. And that's okay, because she actually wants to try the products now. And she wants to introduce it to to her patients. But I'm just sitting here listening to you. I'm like, oh yeah, my neck that has hurt me for 30 years.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
causes nothing. There's no pain. There's nothing. Let's see here. So yes. What about that? Yeah, it absolutely. I sent out in my email list, I don't know if you got that, Rachel. I know who that is. That's Rachel. I sent out a couple of videos of people with the same issue and their results with this. And again, very rapid, very quick results. You think about, like Dr. Silverman said earlier, if you missed his part, please, go watch that when we're finished. We are made up of this, the salt, saline. I'm not going to say it like he did, I don't. But we are made up of cells, and our cells they have issues as we age. And this helps us, I'm just going to say repair. Just, right? It helps us repair the cells, right? Am I saying it correctly, kind of in layman's terms?
Yeah, it gives the body, gives the immune system what it needs to do what it was designed to do, which is heal.
Yes, it's the support.
Yes.
It's the signal. So our signal is muffled. It's almost like, no, my body can't hear now what it needs. And it's giving it that signal so that it hears what it needs to do. Here's something, I don't know if this will sound weird to the two of you, but people that listen to me, this won't be anything new. I actually have the ability to do remote viewing. So I can see somewhere in distance and not be there physically, right? So, and I like to learn this way. I like to learn a science, but then I also like to see what's happened, see. And so last night I was laying in bed and I literally was like, all right, I know I'm feeling amazing already. I want to see what's happening in my body. I literally looked inside my body. Might sound crazy to some of you. And what I saw was cells that were dark. It was almost like they were sleeping and like in cobwebs. Okay, they were in cobwebs. You tell me. I should have told Dr. Silverman this. He might have told me if this is exactly what's happening. It looked like cobwebs that just was like, yuck, just stringy cobwebs. And that a spark happened and this cobweb came to life again. Yeah. And it was like this golden messaging. That's what I saw. And so everyone, if you listen to my podcast, that's going to sound like a Julia thing that I would talk about because I wanted to see, I needed to see what's happening inside of me. So, Regina, how can you get this product? So if you go to the site on the screen, juliatreat.teamasia.com, I'm gonna put it here in the comments again. You can go check out the products there. Let's see here. There's the link, should be there. Ooh, sometimes I knock myself out of these lives. I thought I just did. No, I didn't.
No, you're still here.
So you can check it out on juliatreat.teamasia.com. It comes out myasialive.com on that's the link. All right. And then, check out the videos of the science if you want. This is the liquid form. I'm doing 8 ounces of this a day right now. I wanted as much in my body as I could. I want my cells to replenish as quickly as possible. That's what I'm looking at. And then I am using this on topical where it's needed. I was doing it on my neck. I still do, even though it doesn't bother me. I'm just keeping that going in that area that was a massive issue. Massive issue. So no more. So, thank you ladies so much for coming on. And when I met Danielle, because I met Danielle through my friend Jay Mata from Spiritually Raw. And the night that I listened to her speak about it, I messaged her and we got on a call and I said, Danielle, I was just almost in tears. I said, I don't even care about the money. This is going to help so many people. Like I couldn't even sleep. I didn't sleep all night because I said, this is the breakthrough we've been waiting for. And like I said in the beginning of the show, I've been praying for the miracle for humanity. I mean, that's really what I've been praying for. You guys, I think this is it. I mean, all over my body right now.
I when I talk about this, Julia, I refer to it as a gift from God because it is, for me, this was an answer to years, decades of prayers.
Yeah, and if you watch the Genesis video and you see how it was going to be shelved, the farmer was going to shelve it. And I think Danielle told me the story how this was an accident. When they finally got it right, it was an accident. Air quote accident. That's God, that's source right there, guys. I got chills again. Joyce, I use this. Yes, use it on your face. Girl, I've been using it on my face. I use it at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3.
Yes.
And by the way, I also know anyone that has like, hairs starting to come out or you're missing some, put it on your scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm
Yes.
talking to people, their hair's growing back.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
helping
Yeah.
with hair growth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even ladies, like I have a lot of hair, but it's getting very thin in here, and I've been rubbing it on,
Mm-hmm.
and I see baby hairs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else I do. So I got a glass dropper bottle,
Mm-hmm.
and I pour a little bit in the cap of this, a little bit of this, and I actually drop it in my eyes, and it is helping my eyes. I'm determined. I have a feeling my sight's I won't need glasses here someday. I'm putting it in my eyes. But here's the thing, guys, just so you know, you cannot mix this with anything.
Right.
You have to use the plastic shot thingy it comes with or glass.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you use anything else, it's going to change the molecular structure.
Yes.
This is special, very special.
Mm-hmm.
Don't change the molecular structure. And here's something. I had a dropper bottle that I put some of the liquid in the glass container with the dropper bottle. This is going to sound weird. I ran out of the product and I was like, oh, is my next one coming? Okay, I'm just going to drink what I had in that dropper bottle. Okay, it didn't taste the same. It was gross.
Yeah.
I think what happened, I probably touched my eye with the dropper maybe and put it back in the solution.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to share that because I don't want you to do that. I was like, oh gosh, it already tastes a little different. It was worse. It was like 10 times worse. So let's see here. Let's see some more questions if you have time, ladies.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so there's products you ingest and there's topical gel. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. There are two.
So this is the liquid that you ingest, Yvette. And then this is the topical gel.
And it's the same thing, just that in gel form.
This is just more concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so for myself, I wanted to do both. And I'm drinking it and putting the topical on my face, which I had a friend email me yesterday and she said, Julia, you're like, your videos, you look so young. Like you haven't aged a bit. And I go, and I don't plan to, this is amazing. I can't even believe, I wish I would have done it before picture.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can do one, still do one.
You can still, go back to one of your previous podcasts, take a still.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
And now compare. Yeah.
And then I'm going to start putting like, okay, this is 2 weeks. This is 2 months. I'm going to show you guys. I'm blown away. It is. I call it the fountain of youth. I think that's what we're onto here.
Yeah.
And one of our doctors just applied it to half his face.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a month, and you could, I think we can get those pictures for you. So
yeah, I wish I can't do a screen share on my StreamYard because I use a Mac for some reason. I can't do that. Otherwise, I would. How would I? Maybe I can bring those up next time. But I've seen that picture, and his wife told him, like, you look like you've had a stroke on that side. Like, please use it on. I think that's what Danielle said. She was like, please start putting it on that other side of your face. It was that much of a dramatic in 28 days.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, this is for real. This is magical. It is. Again, it's money back guarantee.
So that's Dr. Marty Morin that you're talking about, right? Incredible. My favorite though is Rosie. And she's the mom of another one of our doctors associated with ASEA. She used the gel. And I'm going to show you this. I hope you guys can see this. So 84, right?
Yeah.
Let me get closer. 84 years old.
Yeah, the one on the bottom, 84 years old. Okay.
Yep. Then 7 weeks later,
Yeah.
at 87.
Yeah.
And now, wait for it, 91.
Guys, she's younger.
She's aging backwards.
Yeah. And this is just one of so many
Incredible.
pictures I've seen and testimonials.
Yeah.
Again, doctor, go back if you need to hear the sites where he told you to check them out. Go look for yourself. Do the research. Look for yourself. It's so important that we learn about these breakthroughs that are here to serve us. I mean, they're here to support us. This is amazing. And, this is the time, I believe, in history. This is the time when all of these are coming out because it's going to happen. It's not where we got to squash another one. This is the time for this to be coming out. So, all right, Regina. Oh, girl. Okay. I'm glad you're ordering it. Again, email, let me put my email in here in case you need to email me with any questions. Again, if you've taken it, let me show you my email. juliatreat444@gmail.com. If you're using it, okay, and you're not noticing anything, and it's been, like Dr. Silverman said, some people experience immediate results. Some it takes a little bit of time. I watched a video of a gentleman who was scheduled for hip surgery, replacement. Okay, someone introduced him to this. He started drinking 8 ounces every morning. Now I do 2 ounces 4 times a day. Does it matter if we do that or 8 ounces in the morning? What's better? I don't know.
It's best if you separate it. So, the way you're doing it, and only because it's not like, oh my God, it's bad or good. It's just you get more benefit. The molecules are the most active within the first 2 hours after you drink it. And so if you're getting that little boost multiple times a day, it's better for your body than that boost one time a day. Right.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, the gentleman that was scheduled for hip surgery, though, he did the 8 ounces in the morning. Sounded like he did it once, but I don't know about that. But he ended up not needing surgery. I mean, the testimonies are going to blow you away if you start looking at them, guys, for real. I mean, again, I get so excited talking about this. I just want everyone to feel good. Like I want to solve it. So let's see.
I love it. Yeah, I used to get radio frequency ablations on my spine just to help me to stand up straight. Not anymore. So yeah.
You're going to Dubai. You don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
So let's see. 2 ounces twice a day. You take whatever's right for you. I think the instructions come that way. I take 2 ounces 4 times a day. That's what I'm doing. Because again, I just wanted to experience that. I wanted the immediate stuff coming in. I wanted that quick. Doesn't matter, Joyce, if you take it before bed or not, right? As long as, I think what I was told is on an empty stomach, hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds before you swallow it, if you can. My dad has Parkinson's, so sometimes it's not easy for him to do, but he swallows it. And so, yeah, empty stomach.
I would comment though, some people, there's a very small percentage that you'll get a spike in energy.
Yeah.
So just play with that. Yeah, I was too. I try not to take it after 5.
Yeah.
Because I have all this energy and I just want to do more and more.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. And how great is that though?
It's just a small percentage. So yeah.
But how great is that? Because remember, there was a time when we had zero energy. Just breathing took so much out of us, right? Yeah. And now I'm sitting here like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah, like, what's next?
I love it.
What was I going to say? Hang on, it'll come back. What was it? Oh, the first time I drank it, right? First time I drank it, my stomach started rumbling. It wasn't hurting. I was just like, oh, it's doing something. And then I thought I was going to throw up. I'm not going to lie. I was going to throw up. And it was the only time I didn't feel sick after that. And I had told Danielle about that. And she said, some people actually have that reaction. It's just, and I'm thinking I just had some stuff in there it needed to clear out. It was working on my belly.
Absolutely.
So again, my first reaction wasn't, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm nauseous. I was like, you got some work to do in there. Let's see here. Oh, here's Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Oh, hello. I have had hip pain due to kickboxing. I've been using it for 1 week now. No pain. This is the magic elixir and gel. Aw. Thank you, Julia, for showing this to us. Love, light, blessings. You're welcome, Cindy. I'm so thrilled for you. When people order, I send them an email and I'm like, I am so excited for you.
Yeah.
I cannot wait till you message me back. Again, guys, if you're doing a couple ounces or 4 ounces a day and you're not experiencing anything, and maybe bump it up a little. Okay.
Yes.
And take it from me, you may not want to run out of it, because I ran out for a week. And it's not like I digress. I didn't go backwards or anything, but I knew my body was like, yes, where is it? So just tips as I'm going through this myself.
Yeah.
All right. Is that all the questions? Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching the replay, again, you can send any questions to me here. I will see if I can find the answer. Pop on the website. Where is that one? Let me find it. And you can find out more information there. They have all the science, the products, all the good stuff. So thank you, ladies, for joining me for this. Oh, hang on. We have another question.
Yeah.
I think I know this. Well, I know all these people. Do you apply the gel as needed, or do you apply it like you drink the liquid?
You apply the gel as needed. There's no toxicity to this. So no toxins. So you can't hurt yourself by using it too much. So if you have discomfort, and again, we keep saying discomfort, but this magical gel, there are so many uses for this. And Julia, we can get you a flyer that has, the one I have has like 50 uses for just this.
Wow,
So
I'll do another show about that.
Yeah, we can share that with you. But yeah, you use it as needed. It's not like the gel where you do it morning and afternoon.
Yeah, you're welcome. So with my knee issue, okay, it's gone, but I'm still continuing the gel on it. As I'm drinking it right now, I'm continuing that. Okay. And not to say it's going to come back if I don't, but I'm just, for right now, I'm giving my knee all that support. I'm telling you guys, it would be swollen. I mean, I would have this knot out the side of my knee that the chiropractor's like, gosh. And last time before I was using this, there was fluid on it. She goes, your body, I just can't figure your body out. It's so weird. I go, I know. But again, guys, I'm moving away from ascension symptoms. I actually don't believe that's what it is. I believe it's our body screaming for help right now. I truly do. And this is a miracle for me.
Right.
It's a miracle.
And before we go, it's not a pharmaceutical, as Dr. Silverman says. So we just have to put the disclaimer out there. We cannot claim to treat or cure any diseases. We just know it supports the body. And it does for me, does for you, does for everyone else, because we're all made up of cells.
I want to say one last thing, if I can find it right here, because I saw it on one of the videos. Because I said, wow, this is like the perfect way that this was said. Empowering your body with signaling molecules. The more molecules you have, the more communication that happens.
Yes.
And I just got some chills.
I love that. Yeah.
So your body is the miracle, okay?
Yeah.
Not the ASEA. Your body's the miracle, but
Yes.
the ASEA is helping your body remember that. Chills.
Absolutely. I know.
Yeah, one of our doctors described it as awakening the doctor within. And I love
I
that.
love that.
Yeah.
And we have been conditioned to believe that we can't do this.
Yes.
Okay, we
Mhm.
can. And so I feel so blessed to have been introduced to this. And now I feel blessed every time I tell someone about it. And so guys, give it a try. Again, there's that money back guarantee, but you're not going to need it.
Not at all.
Reach out if you need me for anything. Go to the juliatreat.teamasia.com. If you want to sign up as an associate, just get the welcome kit, come on board, and you'll be on the team with us.
Yeah.
I'll have you on the show. I'll help you with your business, whatever it takes. I just want people to be using this product.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Julia.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Blessings
you.
to you.
This
Thank
was
you for
fun.
listening to Spiritual Light. And we will see you again
Yes.
very soon. Okay, blessings.
Bye.